Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Polkadot. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now, let's get straight into the TA. So obviously, if this is not your first Polkadot update on my channel, you know that we are in the very apex of this enormously large falling wedge. And as you can see, we're about to break out either to the upside or to the downside. But if we see some negative data coming out for inflation and we see the interest rates raised next month, or I should say this month, then we're probably going to see a pullback here. So if this is going to be a fake breakout, right, a fake out, you need the confirmation of the volume. You need to be taking a look at the volume indicator. And if there is no volume and you have a breakout, that is likely to be a fake out, and you're going to be coming back down, either retesting the support here or breaking down altogether, which is not what we want to see, obviously, as investors. But even if that does happen, I will not be mad, because I'm gonna get an opportunity to buy Polkadot, let's say at $4. That's great. I know where the project is going to be long term, and I think either way I'm happy, right? So it doesn't affect me, and I think that's the ideal approach to crypto and investing in general. You have to be exposed to the crypto markets, and you have to have a bag of fiat, right, to buy into these black swan events. And whenever we have strong dips, you want to be dollar cost averaging into that. But as you can see, we have been in this downtrend here. This local, I'm sorry, that wasn't supposed to happen. This local downtrend here. This is lower lows and lower highs. Now, if I bring out the RSI on the daily chart, you can see that we're constantly printing higher lows. Now, this is a bullish divergence, and this typically ends up with us seeing a pump. Now, we just saw a recent bounce off of the pink trend line once again, November 28th. This was a great opportunity to buy into Polkadot. With this little dip that we had here, almost going down to $5, you're up around 11% right now. And that was a nice entry based off of the RSI. And even without looking at any indicators, Polkadot below $6 is a steal, in my opinion. So if we see that bullish divergence play out, we see the volume confirm the breakout, and we see the price skyrocketing in the next couple of days, you might reach this high in the next couple of weeks, $9.70, right? You have to be careful with the golden ratio, because we may run into that level and get sent back down, just like we did over here, because the golden ratio is the most important resistance level out of all of these Fibonacci levels. So once you break that, then you have a better chance of reaching the previous local high, because you usually do retrace to the previous high once you break through the golden ratio. So that is something to keep in mind. So if you're holding for the long term, really all of this doesn't matter to you, because if you're buying off of support levels and you're buying at these cheap prices, then if you zoom out and you take a look at where Polkadot was a year ago, right, sitting at $55, and currently we're down 90%, Polkadot can easily get to this all-time high next year when we get closer to the Bitcoin halving in March 2024, right? Towards the end of 2023, I think we're going to be seeing major altcoins pumping, and I think Polkadot's going to be one of those, obviously. And yeah, so this is a bullish setup for me. If we see a major breakout, this is going to be a very, very good swing trading opportunity, and I'm definitely going to be swing trading some Polkadot. So if you're on Patreon and you're a patron, and I usually drop in my trade alerts in there, whatever I buy, whatever I sell, whatever I swing trade. So I'm going to be posting my swing trades in there. And if we get overextended, I'm definitely going to be taking some profits and buying back in once we see a little bit of a retracement. So that's what I'm planning to do. Like I said, regardless, if we break down, I'm still going to buy here. I'm not going to be selling any Polkadot for sure. I'm going to be buying and increasing my position. So that's what I have to say about the daily chart. On the large scale here, the $19.63 price is a golden ratio area. So that is going to be our major level to break through, because we failed to do that back in April 2022 and in May, right? You got rejected from the 0.5, then from the golden ratio, then you got sent back down, obviously. So once we're coming up, this is going to be a very important level for us to break through. I'm sure we're going to do that, but we may run into it as resistance at first. So you may want to take some profits here and wait for a retracement, perhaps to the 786, and buy back in there. Nice little juicy swing trade, and then the next time we break through, right? That is a potential play. So this is just, this is not going to happen anytime soon, obviously, but I'm just foreshadowing, so to speak. Now, taking a look at the daily RSI, as you can see, we looked at it before, but let's just see what we have here. We haven't broken below the pink trend line, really. You could count all of this as back test of the same trend line. What I can do is I can create a channel pattern here, right? Do something like this, right? So every time you bounce off of this channel up pattern, you get sent back to the upside. Every time you have a bounce to the upside, whether it's a strong bounce like the one we had in October or a smaller bounce like the one we had at the end of November, regardless, you have moves to the upside. Now you also have this support block down below. If I can change the color for that, that doesn't work. I want to make that purple. You have this purple support block down below, and every time you enter that block, you see a move to the upside. We had a pretty strong retracement here in July of 2021, a pretty strong retracement from June 2022 all the way to August. So if we see any sort of capitulations, any black swan events, when the Fed pivots, the S&P 500 is probably going to drop, and we may see crypto drop with it. Not may, I think we're probably going to do that. So be on the lookout for that. If we see Polkadot down below here in the oversold levels, this is going to be a major opportunity for you to take advantage of. Now let's jump into the weekly chart for the Binance chart. So here on the weekly, as you can see, we are in the support block that I gave you many weeks ago, where we entered this support block in October, and for now we haven't tested the bottom of the support block, and we're below this resistance trend line. Obviously, this is the resistance from the falling wedge. So anywhere from $6 to $4.60. This is a major buying zone created by these swing lows and swing highs that we had. Let me just make sure that that's sitting right. It should be a bit lower there. There we go. So $4.50 roughly. So we could obviously hang around for a bit more before we eventually see the breakout. So first target, 20 EMA. Next target would be the August high. After that, the 55 EMA and the $12.77 area. I know they're in the same vicinity right now, but by the time we start breaking out, the 55 EMA would have come down, somewhere closer to the 20 EMA. So the overextension between the EMAs is a huge giveaway, because once that happens, even in an uptrend, that is a solid indicator that we are, searching for our bottom. We're going to be breaking out of these downtrends, and we're going to be seeing relief rallies, strong relief rallies, a 2x relief rally. And that would signal that we are sort of out of the bear market. I think we're definitely going to be out of the bear market by spring 2023. So April, May is when we could have our last drop to shake out the weak hands, and from there into 2023 and 2024, we're going to be very lucky, or not very lucky. We're going to be grateful for our patience, because when you buy in at these prices while everyone is selling, you're going to be the one selling at these highs next bull market while everyone else is going to be buying. So that's when you're going to be grateful that you were patient. So this is a long-term game, so we have to be patient, guys. I can't stress that out enough. Don't panic, don't sell, don't swing trade when you can't do that. Not a financial advisor, obviously, but I'm just speaking out of experience. I've done all these mistakes, so I'm just trying to help you avoid them. Now, on the weekly chart, as you can see, we do have some sort of a sideways channel on the RSI. And once we break out of this channel, I think that is going to be a major signal. Next up, you're going to have a resistance at 40 on the index. Afterwards, the next resistance could be either this high, right, or 48.8. You because that's the high that we printed in March of 2022. So the weekly RSI, very low, very close to the oversold. If we see this channel broken down, obviously that means we've had a black swan event. Once again, good buying opportunity. So literally all crypto projects except GMX, Polygon, and Cosmos, I would be buying right now. Unless you didn't buy into Polygon for some reason in June or into Cosmos in June, then yeah, you're going to need to be buying those at a higher price because I'm not sure they're going to be able to come back down to their June lows. And even if you buy now and they come back to their June lows, don't be sad, don't be angry, just dollar cost average, because you don't want to buy all in at any point. Never buy all in because there is always more room for the price to drop. So even if Polkadot goes down to $4.30, I wouldn't buy all in because there is still some room to drop, right? There is still some room to drop. You always want to be buying. So that's the message of the day. Don't buy all in. Thank you all for watching. If I missed out anything important on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section. Feel free to follow me on Twitter. Feel free to check out my Patreon. You can support the channel there, send in your requests, get all of my exclusive content, including podcasts, TAs, buy alerts, low cap gems. And yeah, it's a great community there that we got. And I'm going to see you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.